What's up, guys? Today what we're going to do is we're going to start with differentiation. But in this video you should understand how to differentiate a polynomial and actually what it means to differentiate a polynomial. So let's get started. If we're told to differentiate y equals 4 to the x to the power 4 plus 4x to the power of 3 minus 20x to the power of 2 plus 8, all we're going to do to differentiate is, if it's in this notation, we write dy by dx. And then all we do is we multiply the power by the coefficient. So in this case, we've got x to the power of 4, and here is 1. So this is just going to be 4x cubed. Right? Then the next number is going to be 3 times 4, which is just going to be plus 12x. And then we bring the power down each time. Okay? So this is going to be 12x squared. Okay? Next number is 2 times 20, which is going to be minus 40x, okay? And then the plus 8, we have nothing with x, so that's just going to be 0. We get rid of that. And that's it. That is how you differentiate a polynomial. We're going to talk about why this works in the next video. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyways, let's go over another example. Differentiate y equals 5x to the 4 minus 5x squared plus 3x. Well then, dy by dx. This is basically the what we have it in terms of, and this is what we're differentiating with respect to. This is something that is a bit more advanced, but for now, let's just use dy dx, okay? This 5x to the 4 is going to turn into, we have a 4 and we have a 5. 4 times 5 is 20. X to the 3. Okay. Minus 5 times 2 is going to be minus 10x. And then we remove the power down, so it's just going to be 10x. And then plus 3, we have a 1 here. And we have a 3. 1 times 3 is just going to be 3. And that's going to be the differential of y equals 5x to the 4 minus 5x squared plus 3x. But what about something like this one? Differentiate y equals 36 over x minus 54 x squared. This time, it's in fractions. How are we going to differentiate that? Well, from our laws of indices, you know that 1 over x is the same as x to the power of minus 1. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Y is going to be equal to 36 times x to the minus 1 minus 54 x to the minus 2. And now we can differentiate as normal. So dy by dx is just going to be minus 1 times 36 is going to be minus 36x to the minus 2. Because remember, we have to minus the power by 1 each time. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So this one is going to be minus 2 times minus 54. That's just going to be plus 108 x to the minus 3. because each time we have to minus the power. And that is our final answer. If you need a bit more help with this topic, then join my Discord server and you can ask me any questions you want on this topic, and also send in your questions if you are struggling with any exam question in particular. I can help. So now let's look at this question, which really puts into context the idea of differentiation. So find the gradient of the curve when x equals 4. The first thing we're going to do is differentiate. Now, because this is in the form f of x, to differentiate it, the correct notation is going to be f prime x, okay? All this means is this means first differentiation, okay? And this is going to be, wait a second, Sammy, you have this in fractions. How on earth are we going to differentiate this? Well, first and foremost, let's put that in power form. We know that the square root of x is the same as x to the half. So let's write that. F of x is going to be 3 over 2 x to the half minus 54 x to the minus 2. Okay, now we can differentiate. So f prime x is going to be, what's a half times 3 over 2? A half times 3 over 2 is 3 over 4 times x to the minus a half, okay? And then what did we say that minus 2 times minus 54 is? It's obviously going to be plus 108. And then it's x to the minus 3. Now, remember, when we differentiate, this is also known as the gradient function. Okay? So therefore, to work out the gradient of x is equal to 4, all we're going to do is we're going to substitute in 4 in our answer. So let's do that. This will be 3 over 4 times 4 to the power of negative a half plus 108 times 4 to the power of negative 3. And then when we plug all of that into our calculators, we should get an answer of 33 over 16, which is equal to 2.0625. And that is the final answer for the gradient of the curve when x is equal to 4. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped. If you guys want to get tutored by me, drop me an email and we can organize a meeting and a quote. Keep on learning, as you have no idea what you're capable of doing.